Hey everybody, I'm sitting at my computer today because we're going to be ranking some more things. Ranking some of my Halloween costumes over the years, whether they're old ones from when I was a child or newer ones from the last few years. I'm stealing this idea from Sarah Hawkinson because she did this, I think, like a week and a half ago. And I don't have nearly as cool of Halloween costumes as she does.
Because she puts a lot more work into them than I do.
We're going to be just ranking stuff. I did a video a couple years ago where I was roasting my old Halloween costumes from when I was a kid. But we're going to be a little more inclusive today, not just talking about childhood Halloween costumes, even though those are some of the best. Let's go. All right. So here I have my tier maker. I already came up with the tiers. I've already named them. I've already made categories. The first one being iconic. This Halloween costume, I'm pretty sure I'm only going to have one Halloween costume in this category because it's really the only one that fits here. But this is just a costume that I'd never shut up about, one that I will constantly tell stories about, that I love telling people about, and I think it's awesome, giving you a little bit of foreshadowing for that category. Second one down, we have outfit repeater. This is a category of costumes that I would either do again or I already have done multiple times, like different iterations of which kind of falls under there usually. When I was a kid, I was a pirate many times, I think. Yeah, so this category, it'll be like stuff that I like and I would do multiple times, but it's not iconic. Next category. Can I wear it to work? This category is exactly how it sounds. It's costumes that I put on or makeup, Halloween looks that I did that I could absolutely wear to a job, whether it was at an office job or it was in a retail job. So that's the third category. The fourth category is, what do I have in my closet? So that's either something that I would buy clothes for a costume that I would wear again multiple times, or something that I literally put together with pieces of clothing that I already had. Inherently kind of lazy, inherently kind of throwaway, kind of like, all right, well, I'll put something together with whatever the heck I have in my closet. And then the last category is just why? Why? Questionable choices. So lazy that it's pointless. Mostly questionable choices. Also, we have Libby behind us.
Can you see me?
So the first one we have is actually, so this costume, I was a hippie for a reason. I crimped my hair. My mom had these like moo thing that basically she got from like an antique store or a vintage shop somewhere. And I don't know if she was going to sell it or what, but she thought that this would be fun. Being a Woodstock hippie is apparently a Halloween costume. I don't know.
Can people tell, do you think what I am? Should I say what I am?
If you want to.
I am Mary from Hocus Pocus in that picture, obviously.
The Sanderson sisters. For my costume, for your costume, this would be iconic for you.
Absolutely.
But for me, where would you put this?
You could wear it to work. You didn't wear it to work, but you could.
I totally could wear this to work.
So I'm just saying that.
Because I don't know if I would do this again. I don't want to put it in outfit repeater.
It's not a bad one.
No, it's just kind of dorky.
It's obvious. Like it's.
Or
it's
what do I have in my
nose.
closet? Because mom had it in the closet.
I'm pretty sure, other than no, that was a costume that we built for me.
Oh yeah, they built.
We went to like.
You had a blonde wig, and then they spray painted it black.
And we cut up a wire hanger. to shape it.
Oh my god, yes, in your hair.
And then went to like 3 different thrift stores to find all of the pieces that we needed. Jesus, I'm terrified.
It's only big.
Hi everyone. Hello. You can see my face now.
There you go. Okay, so let's go back to
but that costume was iconic.
For you, yes. So next, this definitely goes, what do I have in my closet? Ramona Flowers from Scott Pilgrim. It was so not creative. The only reason I did this was because I had purple hair and
because everybody thought Ramona Flowers was hot at the time.
Right. I mean, this was only like 4 years ago, dude. I still think I have this jacket. No, I don't have the shoes anymore. The shoes died eventually. I think I still have these steampunk goggles, but like the shorts I got rid of, the tights ripped.
I took the goggles to wear.
You took the goggles? Oh, okay.
To wear when I rode my bike.
Okay. I like this costume. I did a YouTube video for it, and I styled it. I bought some like terrible pink pants. Next is my grunge skull. There wasn't much of an outfit to this, but I'm putting it in outfit repeater because I would absolutely do this again, and I kind of want to do it again. This reminded me of the skull, the skeleton in Hocus Pocus from the dance party, and I'm really pleased with it. I re-uploaded the video this week because I was so mad that it got such terrible views back in 2017.
You're like, I want more views.
I was like, I want more views.
Like,
So I would do this. I like it. I want to do it again. Yeah.
Next.
This was hard to see in this thumbnail, but I'll have it bigger up on the screen. When I was LaRue. Remember when I was LaRue?
Remember when LaRue was LaRue?
When LaRue was relevant, this time, baby, I'll be. So this was another instance of I had short hair, so I could be LaRue for Halloween. I ended up going to buy things that I would never purchase in a million years. I bought a white blazer and a sparkly tank top that I probably wore like 3 times total. I did buy a pair of American Apparel like patterned leggings that Libby still has. And this was from
There's like a hole in the crotch.
college. Well, yeah, because they're 9-year-old leggings, dude. I feel like if I did this again today, I would have done it a lot differently and I would have done it better, but I wasn't very good at makeup at the time and I didn't have good makeup. Do I want to put this in Y? I want to put this in Y because I'm like, well, nobody knew. Everybody thought I was Annie Lennox.
Which would have been better.
One other time, something happened where I wore a costume that nobody knew it was, and I was with your friends at the time.
Daria.
I don't have a picture of it. I was Daria.
so
I
excited
went
to be
up to
Daria.
college to hang out with Libby, and we hung out with her friends who were older than her, around my age, and I dressed up as Daria. I had the whole thing, and I remember going to this Halloween party, and there were people my age who didn't know who Daria was, and I'm like, you've been
That guy
watching
was
the
a
wrong
weirdo.
television.
That guy was very confident.
Next, I'm gonna do this broken doll look. This one I did when I worked at Lush and Hot Topic. This I'm putting in Can I Wear It to Work because literally all it was I put on this makeup with whatever I was wearing that day. It was probably something black. It's just makeup. But I liked the look. I liked the look a lot. I did several Halloween looks that year because I was working all the time. This was one that I did that I actually thought I did a pretty decent job. Like, I was proud of it. I would probably do it again. So yeah, that one was fun. And then last year I did this like kind of gothic looking deer fawn thing. This was another situation where I just really wanted to put makeup on my face and I grabbed an accessory from the thrift store, and I still have those horns, those antlers, but I don't know where I want to put it. If I want to put it in, I'm going to put it in what do I have in my closet, because I basically just wore it with things that I had in my closet. Like, I'm pretty sure I wore it with this top. I'm almost positive I wore this shirt with the makeup. I did a makeup tutorial for it last year. I got a comment on it recently. No, not so recently, but I got a comment on it once where someone said that I didn't look anything like a deer and that it was a bad tutorial. And I was like, I wasn't actually trying to look like a deer, dude. Calm down. They were very upset and offended.
You don't look like a deer.
They were very
Your face
offended.
isn't absurdly long and thin, and you don't walk on 4 legs with antlers that are
They were very
bolting.
offended. They were very offended. Yep. Next. I was Velma. That's going in Can I Wear It to Work because I literally took this selfie while I was working. I took the selfie while I was working. I worked at a kids' clothing store at the time, like a consignment store, and I dressed up as Velma from Scooby-Doo because I had short hair, like a red bob, and I bought a orange sweater and a red skirt and orange tights, and I wore it to work, and I put on fake freckles for the first time in my life. They looked really bad. Literally, I took this photo at work, and I didn't want to do anything spooky because I was selling baby clothing, and like kids would come into the store. So this one, it was also very lazy. It was very lazy because, I mean, I ended up wearing, I think, everything for a while after this. Next, I did a hipster Little Mermaid. This I would definitely do again. This one, but I bought these shiny green pants for this costume specifically. I ended up styling them later on in like a fashion blog post, link to that video up here. And then I had this crop top, and I think I still have this crop top. And then I bought a red wig, like I actually bought a red wig. And then I did a legit makeup tutorial with it. I took like fishnet tights and I like painted on my face with it and like gave myself scales. I would definitely do this again. It was really fun. I would probably be better at it now because I have better products. This is also another situation where, because I wear glasses and I can't really function without them on a day-to-day basis, I needed to have a costume that fit glasses. So I was like, I could be Little Mermaid, but I could be hipster Little Mermaid. And lo and behold, this makeup tutorial was formed and born. I did that a couple times. Like the Velma thing was another situation where I was like, Velma wears glasses. I wear glasses. I could be Velma for Halloween. Next, this is going in the Y category. I was the Mad Hatter one year because my mother had this hat. So technically it could go into what do I have in my closet, but it was a bad choice. My mom had this hat, and I went to the vintage shop that was underneath my college because I went to school in like a satellite campus of UW, and there was a vintage store on the first floor of one of the buildings, and I bought a vest and a blouse, and it was just like loud clothing. By the time Halloween came along, I had teal hair, like teal tips. And so this isn't exactly what I ended up wearing. I ended up doing like makeup for it. I think there's a video for this. I think I filmed a video. But the look is just a lot of, do I look like the Mad Hatter just because I have a big hat? A big hat does not make the Mad Hatter. Like, what the heck? I mean, I think I kept that blouse for a while. Next is, this was a witch that I did 2 years ago. I remember I wore this to my friend's Halloween party. I think this was 2 years ago. Was this last year? This was like a kind of like gothy, spooky, witch, mystical thing going on. I like drew on like veins on my face and drew like a moon on my forehead and gave myself like markings on my face, and it's very like, I don't know.
I'm thinking of the one year I was a lost boy for Halloween. It was my sophomore year in college, and literally I just wore all of my scrubbiest, like ripped up clothes, covered myself in like what looked like dirt, put on fake ears and a tail because in like the cartoon they wear fake ears and like they wear like pajamas.
Yeah.
And then carried around a fake sword and I had war paint on. And then
Hook.
And then every time I took a shot, because sophomore year of college, I shouted, Our apartment looks so fucking messy, Abby. Why didn't you clean before you started?
I'm gonna throw this witch in. Can I wear it to work? Yeah. No, I can't wear this to work. I absolutely can't wear this to work. Again, what do I have in my closet? I'm such a lazy Halloween costume person. I wasn't when I was a child. You will soon see.
Can we have a costume off of like pictures of your costumes versus my costume?
Let's do that on a stream. You're just throwing everything behind the couch.
I feel like what's his face, the comedian?
Which one?
The one who does the impression of everyone's mom when they're having company.
Oh, Chris Fleming. I want it to look like we don't know. People don't know how to sit.
Get rid of the couches. We can't let people know we sit.
Because it's so true.
This was a Halloween costume that I chose to do in the 8th grade. Because when I was a child, I never had the like stereotypical like girly costumes. Like I was never a princess. I was never I mean, I think I was like a cowgirl at one point, but like that was as girly as it got.
I know which one you're talking about.
I know, that's what I'm saying. So I never did like girly girl costumes, you know? Like Libby and I were tomboys growing up. Like I wanted to be a pirate and a witch and a cowboy and what else? So in the 8th grade, because I was like, this is the last time I can be something super girly and childish, because next year I'm going to high school, so I can't do it in high school. I have to be cool things for Halloween in high school. So
What were you cool things in high school?
I don't remember what I was for Halloween in high school. Clearly they weren't that cool. So in the 8th grade, I wanted to be Glinda the Good Witch. And my sister's best friend's mother sewed this dress for me. We like bought it from the thrift store, and she like added extra tulle. She sewed leaves onto it. We hot glued leaves onto it. It was so big. So big. Gross. It was big and pink. I didn't even do anything fun with my hair. Like I didn't even like braid it or anything. It just sat there like flat. And I just remember like feeling really good about it, and then walking into school and feeling like an absolute idiot because people were just looking at me, and I was like, oh yeah, no, this is the last year I can be like something kind of dumb and stupid. No, that would have been 5th grade, not 8th grade.
Fuck it. Be stupid things.
I'm putting this in why, because why?
Oh, shut up. No.
What else would you put it?
Iconic.
Iconic?
Yes.
In a bad way.
Bad way. Best way.
In a bad way.
No. Halloween is not supposed to look good. It's supposed to look awesome. And that was awesome.
Awesome in that you were in awe of it.
Exactly. You're not supposed to be like, oh, I'm pretty. No, fuck it.
Yeah.
That was iconic.
Well,
get out of here. And then
the last one, this is the one that I don't shut up about. I love telling people this story. I love talking about it. It's one that I literally share the photo. I literally
so we know where it's headed.
I literally share the photo of it on Facebook every year on Halloween. Every year I share this photo on Facebook. And this is the only photo of it. I was a television in the 5th grade.
I would just like to say that I fucking drew that picture.
You did? I colored it in though.
Yeah, I drew it.
Okay, well, so Libby was in the 2nd grade.
I was a 2nd grader and I drew that picture. Bam.
So, yeah, we love this film growing up, The Ghost and Mr. Chicken. It's a movie from 1966.
I have it on the schedule next week for work.
Yes. So The Ghost of Mr. Chicken is this old movie from the 60s with Don Knotts. He's like a typesetter for a newspaper, and he goes and visits and stays the night in a haunted house.
He wants to be
a journalist.
But
he wants to be a reporter, but he's just a typesetter because that was a job back in the day. And he was
out there.
He was a dorky, cowardly man. He was very typecast. Don Knotts was. He went and stayed in a haunted house, and I absolutely loved this movie. We wore the VHS out like crazy.
He was in love with Elma.
Yes, he was in love with Elma. And the editor of the newspaper was not very nice to him. He was treated poorly. He uncovered this story about the house. And I won't spoil it for you because I definitely think you should go watch it. But I love this movie so much that I wanted to be a TV with an image from that movie on it. I also loved TV more than normal kids.
It was her precursor to the interwebs.
Yeah. Like, my mom would always say, like, are you gonna go visit your TV friends? Anytime I would go watch Grey's Anatomy. And I had TV friends, dude. We took a box, like a TV box. Something equally as big.
It was the TV box.
What?
It was the box for the TV that we had.
Yeah, it's a TV box.
Back in the day, TVs were very much cubicle.
Square. 1999.
They were flat.
Yeah.
And they made a bzz sound when you turned
and the screen was rounded.
And you would just and you'd feel this weird energy when you rubbed your...
My dad cut it out, and we put like bottle caps on the front as buttons, and then painted Sony on it. And then I wore a pirate hat for some reason and a black shirt because that's all I had. And Libby drew it, and then I colored it in. And I was so proud of myself. I like walked into school feeling so cool. Everybody else was dressed up as like, I don't know, scarecrows and witches and Dorothy, yes. Well, and then one year you were confused, which was literally just Libby taking a bunch of pieces of other costumes and putting them on.
And put them together, and I thought I was so clever.
So clearly this is going into iconic because it is. This was the only one I was gonna put in iconic, but then Libby argued that the other one should be too. So, you know.
Yeah.
So this is the final ranking, the final tier list of my Halloween costumes. That's the end of the video. For today's song of the day, today's song of the day, Jesus Christ. Today's song of the day is Adamas by Lisa. I was listening to that like a gajillion times in my car today, and it's another anime theme song. So what? It's good. It's a bop. If you are new here and would like to see more of my content, please subscribe. That'd be super cool. Also give this video a like if you liked it. Leave a comment of some of your favorite Halloween costumes, one that you find iconic from your childhood or adulthood, whichever you feel like it. Or your worst costume that you remember that was the most embarrassing, because we all have one of those. You know, we all have embarrassing costumes that you're like, why did I make that choice at that time? Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks so much to my patrons. As always, I appreciate y'all very, very much. If you want to follow Libby on Instagram, it's just Libby420.
I was like, when you say you want to follow Libby, I'm like, on what?
Instagram, beach.
What haven't I said in a long time?
How long your hair is.
Look how long my hair.
Okay, bye everybody. We'll see you all in my next video.